for so long, but you showed me better.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 tips you guys need to know when you guys go back to school. I only chose 5 tips because if I put too many tips inside of a video, you won't do as many, and these are really broad and like really basic tips. But a lot of people seem to forget these tips when they go back to school just because you're either nervous to go back to school, you don't want to go back to school, or you just forget about them. So that's why I'm going to share with you guys these tips. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video if you guys are either excited or not excited to go back to school. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you guys can see more of my content. I'm trying to post as frequent as I can. So yeah, subscribe so you guys can stick around and watch more of my videos and more of my face if you guys would want to watch that. So I'm going to give a little bit of background of like where I go to school and like what's my major and stuff. So if you guys have been subscribed to me for a while, you guys will know that I'm a college student and this is going to be my 2nd year. I honestly don't get, you know how like in high school they say like, oh, you're a freshman, sophomore, senior. Here it's not like kind of like that. You have to have a certain amount of credits to be sophomore or a junior. So I just say that I'm in my 2nd year of college. My major is liberal studies, and in the beginning I chose child development because I want to be an elementary school teacher, and I thought child development was the way to go to become an elementary school teacher. You can major in child development and become a teacher, but you're not, I don't want to say as qualified, but there's a lot of classes you don't take in child development that you need to become a teacher. So that's why liberal studies is better to become a teacher, because you just have like a more broad major. But on the other hand, if you're going to be a high school teacher or a middle school teacher, you have to major in that one subject or subjects that you're going to be teaching. So like if you're going to be an English teacher, you have to be an English major. If you're going to be a math teacher, you're going to be a math major. So that's how higher grade teachers get their degree. It's like they major in one thing. Definitely enjoy it. So now we're gonna get into the 5 tips that I have for you guys. So my first tip for you guys is to make friends, and making friends really does make a difference. If you guys are not, if it's really hard for you guys to make friends and you guys aren't like those social butterflies that can make friends like that, and it's like it takes time for you guys, don't worry, I'm like that too. But I was able to make friends, and what's great is that when you make friends in classes, say you don't go to class one day, or if you forget what the homework was, you can ask your friend and they can help you out with that. Or if you need help with homework and they know how to do it, they can help you. What's also great is you guys can study together for finals, because that really does help. That helped me to pass my finals because I had friends to study with. Another thing that's great about friends is that it just makes your overall experience better, because nobody wants to go to college and not have any types of friends, because it just makes your college experience not as fun, and then you just feel like you don't want to be there, so you don't work as hard unless you're not like that. So tip number 2 that I have for you guys is to get to school early or on time. You don't want to be rushing and have like 15 minutes to get to school and you're still at home. I did that a couple times and it didn't work out. You never know if there can be traffic or there can be an accident, or you can't find parking, because parking is a big deal in college if you're commuting, because since there's a lot of people that actually do commute, and there's not a lot of parking structures in my university, so I had to get there pretty early so I can get a good parking spot and not have to like walk from one side of the school all the way to my class. That's a tip that I have for you guys. Get to school early, and it just makes life so much easier and stress-free. Tip number 3 that I have for you guys is always be prepared for school. Always have like your school supplies with you, or have like things that you might need if you have a long day at school. Like if you have from 8 a.m. to all the way like 5 o'clock, where you have like a really long schedule. You don't want to be that person that doesn't have paper or pens or anything. On YouTube it's kind of funny because you just get a paper from like anywhere and a pen from anywhere, and it's like that's your school supplies. But it does get kind of annoying when there's so many people asking you like, oh, if you have this, you have that. Or if you're taking a test and you don't have your pencil that you need, it sucks, because they'll make you either leave the class if nobody else wants to let you borrow a pen. Like I said before, it just makes life easier and like stress-free to have your stuff with you. So my first time being in college, I always had deodorant and a toothbrush, because I had class from 8 a.m. all the way to 6 p.m. and you can kind of start to smell, so it's always good to always have that stuff, so you're not only like self-conscious about the way you smell, because I know when I smell like I need to put it on, because I just feel like weird if I don't, or I just feel gross. So it's always good to have that, and also it helps out for other people, so they won't think that you're the smelly person in class, or you're just dirty. So that's always good to have too. The next one I'm still trying to work on, because this is just one of like the worst habits that I have, and you guys are probably gonna be like, of course, but it's don't procrastinate. And I really do mean this, because it is different from college and high school. High school I could procrastinate and I would still get help from teachers or my friends, and it would just be super easy to procrastinate in high school. But in college, you're like on your own. So if you have deadlines that you have to do, or you have a test or anything, study and make sure you do your stuff on time, because it just makes it easier. I procrastinated for the class that I didn't pass, and that was the result of me procrastinating. I didn't pass because I wasn't giving my 100%. My work really sucked, and basically I learned my lesson because I didn't pass. So that's a really big tip. Don't procrastinate. I know you guys hear it a lot, but it's true. Just do your work on time and it'll make everything way better and way easier. Tip number 5 is to rent your books. And I don't know if every school does this, but my school does, and it saves me so much money because I feel like if I buy them, I'm never gonna use them, and I don't ever use them. So it's better to rent them out because you do get to use them, and even if you don't get to write in the book, you can write it on a separate sheet of paper. That just makes it easier for you to remember stuff, and it just honestly helped me out way more to rent out my books because I had extra money, but I also did actually learn my stuff because I was writing it down. So I was like reading it and then writing it, so I had 2 different ways to remember this stuff. So I was gonna end my tips right there, but I'm gonna give you guys a bonus tip, and this one sounds really funny because like you go to school all the time. If you're in high school, it's like you can't miss class, but this tip is to go to class. And I can't tell you how many people don't go to class in college, especially if you have a lecture hall. If you guys don't know what a lecture hall is, it's when it's like 200 people, 250 people in a giant like auditorium, and that's your class. And I can't tell you how many people missed that class, that it sometimes like the class felt empty. But when it came down to having finals, everybody was there and you had no seats. Even though it sounds pretty basic to go to class, you'd be surprised how many don't go and how many teachers actually take roll and count that towards your grade, or they'll even just kick you out. So go to class. So that's basically all that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully this was helpful for you guys, because this isn't only just for college. You can also use this when you go to high school, or when you go to middle school, or even elementary school. So yeah, that's basically all that I have for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.
I never knew a love like this before, the kind of life that I cannot find on my own. I've seen the world, but I have never been so sure that I want your heart. God, I just wanna be where you